All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show you all love to hear. We are back with another week, episode 9, right? Yes, as always, it's your boy P-Mac.
Hey, it's your boy, that walking holiday He-Man, and today we have one of the first ladies of bots, right of the sexes, by the way, by the name of, by all means, don't be scared now, introduce yourself.
Tara here, live and in color. Yeah, one of the Taras. One of two.
Yes. Miss Wilson, if you're nasty. Yes, we are. Let's go ahead and get a round of applause for Miss Tara. Yeah, that's enough of that. Should be all right.
Oh, okay. So we already hating. I got it. It's cool.
Ain't no hate.
Jesus.
Ain't no hate. You all right. You will be all right. Ain't no hate at all. All right. So, how was everybody's week?
Busy as hell, but I don't have
You're not lying. I've been living under a rock the past week.
What about you? How was your week?
Very, very long. Work was very long. Yeah.
Right on.
Okay.
Today was a long day.
Right on.
Today was a long day. Right now.
There you go.
But you are here with us now.
I am. I do have to, up front, thank you guys for letting me be here tonight. I do. I appreciate it.
Most definitely.
I'm going to be nice to y'all right now because in a minute I'm about to get into y'all's asses.
Hey,
You
know
think
what?
so?
That is your dream. I can't take that away from you. All right, you can dream all of that, all the fuck you want to.
Hey,
I ain't gonna get you nowhere. You still gonna take a L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Am I? Ladies, hold on. Ladies,
Here we go.
my bots ladies, I am here tonight to deal with all the whining and bitching we've been listening to.
our show has just been taken
for
hostage.
8 episodes.
For real.
It's not hostage. I work in conjunction with you guys. I'm just saying I got things to say.
You can say them. That don't make it true. It don't make it right. Y'all always got shit to say.
You ain't lying.
Always.
Always.
If it's the truth, are we gonna listen? Yeah.
You'll listen,
Yeah.
but you might hear, but you may not listen.
There you go.
There you go. Right?
Just like that.
Yeah, y'all would know.
You learn.
Yeah, y'all would know.
Select memory, select
Yeah. Hey, so
give you the floor.
what should we start
awesome. Let's start from episode 1. I got
with?
notes.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Lord, she don't want to inspect the
No,
gadget.
listen though. Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna start by falling on the sword.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I'm here to tell you
Uh-huh.
that not all women have a problem with admitting when they're wrong.
You're right.
Okay?
You're right, because they're dudes. Who, if a woman admits that she's wrong, she got an out. She got an Adam's apple. Check her. Fleece her.
Whatever. Oh,
See if she got some chorizo.
Try to correct.
Check the bulge. Check the bulge.
Correct, and
Check
we
the
already
bulge.
see we got jokes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that back. Never mind, forget it.
We told you, it
See?
wasn't even a minute.
Yeah.
They already want- not
This
gonna-
whole
You brought that topic up 20 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Niggas.
they already took it.
I'm not gonna make it.
She said her name.
Paul, we got to talk about something.
Talk about it.
Maggie Romero.
I know you know her.
Since she was like 5. I'm here to break it to you, bro. You never, ever, ever, ever had a chance. Not ever.
Well, clearly I know that now. Shit.
No, you didn't have a
I
chance.
was listening to that and my heart broke just a little bit. I was like, oh, I wished I could have, me and Paul could have crossed paths back then, because I would have just been like, bruh, let me tell you, just stop. Don't
First of
worry
all,
about it.
If I knew her when I was in high school, I would have had to carry some holy water with me. You need last rites. Press a Bible to your forehead. Make sure don't leave a burn mark.
That's exactly why you didn't have a chance. Because of the Bible.
Whatever.
No, really. Yeah.
What?
Because of religious issues. You would have never had a chance. Ever.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. But nonetheless, of course, she's actually a very, very good person.
She is.
And
Musty heifer. I'm bullshitting.
Okay, come on.
I'm bullshitting. Maggie, you know I love you.
You and I both know that girl ain't musty. Probably not.
Oh, I know.
One day in her life.
I don't know. I know it.
No, but congratulations to her and Oz. They got married, and their wedding photos were like...
No,
Yes.
she got married.
Yes, their wedding photos were like out of a bridal magazine page. It was so ridiculous
They
how
went down-
beautiful he is.
They went down a yellow brick road?
Yeah,
Like,
they-
you
yeah.
fucking serious?
Is he ugly?
No, he is beautiful. Like
He ugly.
No, he ain't.
In my brain, he's ugly.
I was like, I need that.
I need that to feel better. Let me have that. Shit.
I can't, bro. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, so let's talk about your whole phase.
Okay. What about it?
You said you had a whole phase, and that if someone doesn't have a whole phase, may not be okay with that.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, in my brain, I don't know if I want to get involved with somebody that hasn't had one because I don't want that whole phase to all of a sudden come out when you're with me.
But what if they just never have one?
Everybody got one.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if you at home watching Cinemax. You don't, not even Pornhub. You got a whole phase. You thought about being a hoe at one time
Really?
in your life.
And I'm not talking about, it ain't got to be like you go fuck 50 people. It ain't got to be that. It could be 2.
Yeah.
But I believe everybody at some point in their life,
So
at one time or another.
You count 2 people as a whole phase?
If you get tossed around like a damn volleyball over a damn net, back and forth between 2 people, and you ain't got no talent.
Wait, so no.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
He just said with 2 people. Now you say between 2 people. That's 2 different scenarios.
So what do you define as a hoe?
I mean, balls out, balls to the walls. Like you just fucking whoever you want, whenever you want, which is okay.
It is.
Yeah, but not everybody.
So that can't include only 2 people? If you fucking 2 people just going back and forth between 2 people?
But so
with no emotional attachment?
So you would exclude someone if they hadn't had that phase, is my question.
No, I wouldn't exclude them, but it made me think. I'd have to think about it a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say some lying was like, you lied some damn more.
Okay.
You went out there and got your rocks off. You was probably drunk and didn't remember, but some fucking went on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just.
Tell me, why you got so fucking petty? Oh,
Oh Lord! Oh no, she didn't.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh no, she didn't.
Petty.
How?
How? Say it.
You yourself have been like, I'm petty. I'm petty as fuck. That's what I do.
Nah, we just ain't putting over the bullshit.
Yeah.
We not
No,
gonna say
there's a difference between but the
Yeah.
difference between having boundaries and being petty.
Y'all be using the damn cream puffs. Damn whole cake,
Damn.
sucker for love.
Them
niggas.
damn tender dicks.
Baby, I love you. Yeah, you can go for that. Don't you damn me. After Louisiana let them damn boys just run train. I love you regardless. No. It don't work like that at all. I'ma talk shit. No, stop. That ain't considered being petty.
I don't consider that being petty.
Well, there you go.
Okay, but you guys called yourselves petty on these podcasts.
A little fuzzy there. I'm gonna have to rewind the tapes on that. I don't remember that.
Call.
I don't remember that.
There you go.
Can't say I remember that.
Got it.
You got anything for her since we being interrogated?
Yeah. Oh, Paul, I'm gonna need to get a hoodie. You too, Starlin.
Oh, no, my hoodies are valuable. Girl, if I don't buy nothing else, I buy hoodies. I at least got.
You ain't lying, shit. A girl on my hoodie, she got to move something.
She got it. Yeah. I at least got.
I'm just
30 or 40
notating that. I'm gonna
hoodies.
need a hoodie when I leave tonight. Okay, just so that's understood.
It's cute. How you
I'm not
just
about to play
slide
with
it in. All right, this come from Russ.
Okay.
All right,
What is it?
Russ, our boy Russ in the group.
Okay, Russ.
Yeah.
Garvin?
Yeah.
Garvin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He
See,
asked
I pay
her,
attention in the group, just so
You
y'all
do.
know I do. Okay.
You do.
All right.
Get your thoughts on long distance relationships. How do you feel about it?
You know what? I can speak from personal experience on this.
Go for it.
I feel like they can work if
Okay.
you got 2 mature people that are
Okay.
willing to put the work in to make it happen.
So you've been in one before.
I haven't been in one, but I recently seriously considered one.
Okay.
So how long distance was it? How much distance?
2 states away. 2 states away.
All right. That's what's up.
But the issue is that they were in a situation where they're coming out of a relationship. And so then we were talking back and forth, and then they became a little distance. And in my mind, I feel like someone who is coming out of a relationship has the right to find their closure in regards to that relationship. That doesn't mean they still have feelings or that they're messing around. And
That was my whole face.
they
I just figured I'd throw that out there.
Listen, hey, and then if they wanted to have a whole phase,
Uh-huh.
I think that's their right too.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, like you kind of distance yourself. I'm not about to chase you.
Okay.
Like, there's already too many obstacles in the way.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say fan club members, where you ain't got to chase no damn body. But continue.
No.
Don't lie.
No,
you know you got a fan club.
No, I don't know.
Bullshit.com.
Y'all can educate me on this, but I don't know what y'all.
No, hold on.
About.
Okay, no, I like where this is going.
Okay.
So I just thought of something too.
Okay.
Now we have discussed this. You are single, right?
I am. I am in a situationship. I'll be honest and say I'm in a situationship. meaning that I haven't completely had my closure in regards to the last person that I was involved in.
So okay. So basically, if you were to come on here and say you were single, would somebody get mad about that?
No.
Bullshit.com.
No.
Thank you.
It's not a lie.
So you trying to tell me why did you just come out and say yes, I'm single?
Well, because I don't really feel like I am. Meaning, in my opinion, me being single would mean that I was open into a relationship.
No,
now.
We are looking at single as being you be able to do what the fuck you want
Yeah.
to.
No, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
What did you say?
So then you single.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can do whatever the fuck
That's how we look at being single. It's not just tunnel vision on that.
Well,
I could go try to be with somebody if I want to. I can go be a hoe. I can just kick it with myself.
Listen, my phone ain't gonna ring tonight. Ain't gonna be no phone calls. There ain't gonna be nothing like that. I can do whatever the fuck I want at this point. Am I? No, I'm not.
We still want to know who that was, Christina.
Yeah, they forgot about you.
But yeah, I think back to your point, I think long distance relationships can work, but it takes two mature people, and of course we all know that those aren't just walking around everywhere. So.
That was true. So would you be more comfortable with, like, say for instance, like you said, the person is 2 states away? Did you have the opportunity to meet this person face to face?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how it came about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how it
So
came
would
about.
you feel comfortable with being in a relationship where with the person, say for instance, you only met them for a limited time only, they move away, and y'all are trying to build something?
I don't know. I think that's a different situation.
Gotcha.
It would depend. We are all. I think all of us are about the same age group, so we would be in a point in our lives or careers where we might get job offers or whatever the case may be, and it might be to our best benefit to pursue it.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't not pursue it because of a potential relationship. Let me tell everyone out there, men and women, do not want your career for some maybe opportunity with another person. That's stupid. Don't do that, please. Maybe that's my advice.
Because all that's going to end up is in resentment.
Right. So I don't know. I think it depends on the circumstances. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I can't answer that.
No, but that makes sense though. Like you said, if you get the opportunity to know a person, you spend time with them face to face, quality time, you could kind of decipher their character. What type of person they will be far away as they are close.
Right.
So you can take that judgment before they leave. Is this something that I want to stick with from later distance? But if you're just getting to know a person from 2 states away, never met them.
That I don't. That's not something I would be a part of.
Okay.
I'd have to meet them face to face, get to know them, get a sense for who they are,
Right.
and then be willing to invest that time or energy into that. Trying to be catfish from two states away is not a game that I'm trying to play.
I don't know. I think wimps stay on that stuff. I think women catfish men more than men catfish women.
100%.
Really?
Yes.
100%.
Why do you say that?
I've had experiences.
And so have I. So I'm asking.
Bullshit.
I'm asking.
Look, I'm going to tell you how y'all do us.
Y'all do. Okay,
Yes.
there's a y'all. See, this whole generalization that y'all like
Y'all
to
do
do.
to us. Y'all niggas ain't shit.
No.
What?
Lie and say y'all don't.
No.
Lie and say y'all don't. Lie and say y'all don't.
What I tell you, there's a difference between men
Uh-huh.
and there's a difference between ninjas. Okay? There's a difference. And for everyone out there who just heard me say ninjas, was trying to decide before the show whether I could say the N-word. None of y'all know me. Y'all look at me. Y'all might think I'm Latin. I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican. But nonetheless, we're gonna I'm gonna keep it PC here for that reason. But nonetheless, there's a difference between men and ninjas. Ninjas are whack. They got a whack state of mind, and they ain't about nothing.
It sounds good. It sounds great. But I want you to remember it's the same energy, the same English background when somebody run you hot.
Okay.
But women catfish not just harder, but damn it, stronger than men. And I'm gonna tell you why, fellas. We had a fighting chance at one point in time. What I mean by that is, when they had flip phones and shit like that. But as soon as they came out with them damn filters, women know how to hit a damn picture from an angle, and you snap it like, damn. Okay, she working with something. Face to face.
And a fucking sea donkey jump in your car.
Oh, listen.
You mean Fiona climb in?
Yes.
Fiona.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
Now-
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Now, I will add this on, though. I do think part of the reason that women catfish more is because of what society deems attractive.
Right.
A lot of women think they aren't physically attractive, so, to get a guy, they might use pictures of another chick or, try to hide that.
Like, I think there's a difference between using a filter, going through your Snapchat or Instagram, use a filter. To go out of your way to use a whole different
The
picture.
devil is that's damn near the same thing.
No, I mean, listen, you go out of your way to use a different picture, you whack. Whether you male or female, I'm calling you out. You're whack as fuck.
Okay.
Don't do that shit. Okay?
I'm about to show you a damn post.
Okay. But listen, I've been catfished multiple times by men.
But what they catfish you on though? What
They use completely different pictures. Like 5-year-old pictures.
Nah, but
When they was
y'all
like-
supposed to be better than the FBI, though.
Damn right.
So,
How can I be better than the FBI if I have a dating profile like on an app and all they got is 5-year-old pictures on it?
you tell me, y'all the ones pumping this shit. The CIA and the FBI ain't got shit on us.
Y'all, you talking
That's what I'm
about,
saying.
No, you talking about those females ain't got nothing better than to be stalking people on social media. I myself don't have the fucking time to do that. And your ass catfishing me will get your ass cut, okay? So don't show up with that bullshit. Like, no. Either way, it's whack. Like, stop. Y'all need to stop.
So what was your worst catfish story?
Oh, my
Story
God.
time. Story time. Let's go. Come on.
Uh-huh.
This dude, I show up, and this dude's like middle-aged in his 50s, gray hair.
Wow.
And this picture was like of this tanned, maybe late 20s, early 30s guy with dark hair, like on the beach, like, probably like in Cancun on vacation or something.
Okay.
Like, there's nothing that is similar. And then when I ask him about it, he laughs. And he goes, yeah, that's how I get y'all here. That's
That
what he
sounds like
said.
some like Jeffrey Dahmer type shit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
lie.
best believe I got up and I just walked the fuck away. I was out.
I don't fucking blame you.
Like,
That's
I was
scary ass
out.
shit.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like you guys, I've been on a date where the guy invited me to meet him and his friends, like at a local bar. Of course, this is when I still lived in Waco, and I thought that was probably safer than meeting him alone in a group
Oh,
setting.
definitely. That motherfucker just chop somebody up off Tinder.
Right? And so I get there, and all of his friends are like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Like, chopping it up.
Right.
And he's just like, and so I'm like sitting over here trying to talk to him. I'm trying to engage him.
Okay.
And he's not doing anything. And I'm like, damn, like, you making this really hard. But his friends, they getting like, you want a shot? And I'm like, yeah, I need one. I need two. Because I'm confused right now. Why am I working so hard for this?
Uh-huh.
And so I'm just like, okay, if you
Ain't fun when the shoe on the other foot now either.
Listen, when you and that's what. Listen, y'all, I'm not here to just. I'm here to be objective. So my point is, I'm trying to talk to you. So then, his friends are the ones entertaining me. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll hang out with them. He gets drunk, begs me to go home with them. I say, absolutely not gonna happen. Whatever. His friends are like, yo, y'all, you need to calm down, like go home or whatever. And he's like, blow my phone up. And then of course eventually goes into him cussing me out, leaving me voicemails, telling me I'm this, that, and the other, and I let him on, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, whatever. And I just put my phone down, and I keep taking shots with his friends, and we shut the bar down, and I go home.
Just like that.
Just like that. Like, ain't nobody got time for that shit. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah. But I ain't been on dating app in like a year and a half. That shit was done. I'm done with that shit.
You done with it? But what happened if it ain't done with you though?
But that's too bad. I'm done with them.
Do you have a preferred dating app? that you
I
were on
don't.
before?
No, I have nothing.
No, I mean back where you were on.
Mm-mm.
Did you have a show? You just
They all shit. No,
Damn.
they all shit. eHarmony, all of them, they all shit. They're all shit. No, it was a waste of my money. Because I even
Okay.
paid. I paid for it. You know.
Where they do that at?
I think
Shit, paying for them. Oh, no.
Listen.
Shit, got me fucked
listen,
all the way.
well, if I think if anything, the best one out there is Bumble. Except there's a bunch of pretentious assholes on there who are Caucasian and think the whole world is owed to them. So nonetheless, that didn't last very long.
Damn, they just probably.
But I mean, they at least had careers and jobs and
trying to pollinate
supported
your flower.
themselves.
Hell, that's what they're trying to do.
Pretty
They're
much.
trying to pollinate. They're trying to do good for Earth.
No.
Nope. Sounded good. Sound real good.
I don't know. Nobody's got time for that.
I did have something I wanted to bring up.
Sure, go ahead.
Crystal posted it in the group earlier this week. Some shit about dude asked the girl to the movies, picked her up, drove like 2 miles or something,
and
pulled out the
pulled out-
portable DVD player,
Yes.
and did that. Now, before I get to my real question to you, how would you have responded to that?
Be honest. Don't say the damn.
Yeah,
thing.
don't
Real
sugarcoat
sugar.
it. Don't sugarcoat it.
We want the real.
Uh huh.
If he said, "Hey, let's go watch a movie,"
Yeah.
I think any reasonable person would be like, "Oh, we're going to the movie theaters."
Mm-hmm.
That's a safe assumption.
Uh-huh.
And you pull up and you pull out of the road,
Right.
pull out a DVD player. Who even has those really anymore? Those portable ones anyway. I'm assuming that in my mind, this thing is connected to a tape and it's going into the dash.
You got surround sound, damn it.
Hey, there you
There
go.
you go.
No, this is a no. Now, if he had set it up to where it's like, hey, we're gonna do like a picnic style thing or whatever and watch a movie,
Uh-huh.
then him pulling out the portable DVD player wouldn't be that much of a surprise.
Okay.
But just to straight up be like, let's go to the movies, and then here you go on a 7-inch screen. I'm like, you could at least brought your laptop. Fuck, it got 14
They
inches.
have a damn like laptop. Shit. He doing the best with what he
So,
got.
would it have changed your opinion if he said something along the lines of, I'm just trying to save as much money as I can because I'm looking to buy a house, or something along those lines? Would that have changed your opinion of that date then?
I think that if you can't take a girl even on a matinee $5 date to the movies, you ain't got no business even trying to buy a house. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
Come on.
You can't budget out $20 for a date? No.
Stop it.
No.
That nigga probably drove 2 counties to come get you.
Whatever. No.
Whatever.
The answer's
No.
no. Hell no.
That- What did they say?
She said,
What,
hell no.
what did they say, P-Mac? You know what? You ain't gotta give me nothing. You just make me a card. We can just sit on the back of your fucking pickup truck like Sanford and Son and look at the stars. This man bring the damn movie to you, probably bootleg. It's still on a damn
Uh-huh.
movie, and he bring it on a damn DVD
Uh-huh.
to your front
That makes
door.
it even worse.
Telling
I
you.
gotta watch a movie with people's heads in it. And you walk by.
Hey,
No.
shoot, you gotta make do. He probably got you some milk duds and stuff all in the car.
He ain't half
I
of
can, I
Got
can,
you a icy.
I can buy my own milk dozen icy, okay? if you ask me to the movies, you can at least spot the $5-7 it takes. I will buy the rest of it. That's
Okay,
fine.
Okay, so what happened if he paid for the movie and be like, just wait here? He sneaks you in, like he opened up the back door for you to come in. Would you be down?
I'll be down. I'm like, hell yeah, because
That's what's up.
I'll be down for that. Yeah. Listen. Me and my kids got a routine. We don't ever buy
Lord.
candy at the movies. We go to HEB or the store.
That's
We
what
get
you're
the-
supposed to do.
We get the 99-cent box. They all know how to hide it in their
Yeah.
pants. They all responsible for their own candy.
Uh-huh.
We got the $5 AMC bucket. We get the refill. We get 2 drinks and we share it amongst the 4 of us.
All right.
That's how that goes.
You don't bring
That's where it's
you don't-
supposed
you
to
don't
go.
Bring the damn fast food price?
Oh no! That's no. I think
What?
I think that's too much.
No, it ain't.
I do bring the popcorn salt though. 'Cause
Shit,
that
I
ranch
know.
be hitting.
Okay.
Boy, I know when I went to go see Halloween though,
Uh-huh.
In the parking lot, there was a white woman and her daughter. They was loading that Whataburger into her purse. I was about to be like, girl, give me a double. Y'all got all them burgers. They had about 4 burgers in that motherfucker. I was like, let me get a double with cheese on that motherfucker.
Like, you better give me an burger. I'm telling you.
Can I
For
get
real.
a honey butter chicken biscuit?
For real.
I'm snitching
And I want that honey barbecue sauce too. Or I'm telling it.
right now.
All of it.
Yes. Esto pronto.
I don't know. I think that's a little much, but hey, to each their own. I'm not gonna judge you,
You ain't gonna
but
judge
I'm not taking no rappers and no outside rappers.
We used to be childish when we used to go back in the day though. I remember we went one time. Crystal waited till it got quiet. All you heard was pop. She popped damn soda when it got quiet. I'm just like,
No.
I'm like, really?
You're like,
I had to move.
You're like, there's rules to
I had to
this.
move. I was like, you could at least wait until somebody was screaming or getting shot or something.
You get everything taken care of during the previews.
Right,
Uh-huh.
right.
It's loud. People on their phones. They not paying attention. Previews, you open up every motherfucker. That's
Yeah.
how it shakes.
Exactly. I agree. Yes, absolutely. Turn that fucking phone off, god damn it. I can't stand that shit. Dark ass theater and you on your phone, Facebook, and bitch, go out to the hallway. Like, why you here? Why?
Like
Why
you
are
ain't
you?
never been on your phone during the movie.
No. No.
When the last movie you went to see? We had this conversation. Your picky ass.
The last Star Wars, whatever that was. No. The last Avengers. You know,
Okay.
where half of them they fucked up a
You
Wakanda.
cried, didn't you?
That's
You
just
cried,
messed
you
up.
cried a little
Why
bit.
they had to kill Black Panther? Damn, wait,
He'll be
they
back.
can't have shit.
He'll
Like,
be back. I'm just trying to tell black people can't have a damn thing. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's fine. He'll be back. Stronger than ever.
yeah, that's the last movie we went and saw. There really haven't been much out since then.
I do know I want to go see that Overlord. That came out today. I'm all about my spirit.
I don't know. I'm not.
I want to see that movie Widows too.
Yeah,
That shit look good,
It does
motherfucker.
look good.
I know she don't know. She
I don't
live
know.
under a
You're
rock.
right, I don't know. No, I'm at work.
I had to explain
I'm
to
at
her.
work. That's where I'm at.
I had
I'm
to-
under a rock. I'm at work.
I had to explain to her what Creed 2 was.
What? You don't know about the Creed?
Shit's only probably going to be one of the biggest movies to come out this year, but okay.
To some people.
You too.
No, that's the general consensus.
No, there's only not really. No.
How would you know? You didn't even know what it was until 2 days ago.
Exactly. So it must not be the general consensus.
Well, you don't know nothing about none of the movies coming out. So
What type of movies do you like, Tara?
well, you can strike out horror movies.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not about the horror movies.
I love horror movies.
I see the shadows in the corner and shit. I'm trying to go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep.
Take a drink. Go
No.
to bed. Do some wine.
Because I already love horror movies as is anyway. But then as a bonus, you
that's
take
a
a
bad-
chick to go see that shit.
That's a
Then
bad coping mechanism. You know that, Starling.
Who was it?
To need a drink to go to bed.
No, that's I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I know
My
nothing.
my nursing mind won't let me do that. So there you go.
Who wants your nursing mom? She need a drink too. Hell, if that's the case.
Real.
Oh, your nursing mind.
My nursing mind, won't be okay. It's not okay with that. I can't.
Say that. Go for it.
What, drink?
There you go.
There
See,
you go.
there you go. Now
There it is.
that'll change.
You-
I'm okay with that.
You okay with
Yeah.
that?
yeah, you gonna sleep like a champ tonight. Yeah.
El Champion.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't just get into any movie. You know, of course the major blockbusters, but
Okay, but as far as this fine, it's certain.
after that, I ain't trying to waste my money on it.
Okay, so self-care.
Self-care is important.
It is. Very much so. So what kind of self-care do you like to enjoy with, say, for instance, your significant other? Of course, they may like their own things, but what do you like doing to relax that both of you can do together?
Shit, I imagine she'd probably be drinking blood, maybe hanging upside down in a coffin or something.
I don't know.
That's
hard
what
to
I
say.
imagine.
I really haven't been in a serious relationship since I got divorced.
Okay.
So that was what, 4 years ago?
All right.
So I don't know. Like it's been hard. It's been hard out here. Like,
Oh, Lord.
but honestly,
Lord.
I ain't been trying either. Like,
No.
yeah.
But I mean, like, say, for instance, you're winding down, or say, do people even do walks in the park anymore, or just anything of that nature, cooking together, or just anything?
I mean, I think all of those things are need to have their place.
Not
But, I
this
mean,
damn generation.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like you both need to come home and you need to put the phones down for
Okay.
one, There ain't nothing on social media that you have to look at or see. Like, it's just ridiculous. Not to mention, half the stuff on there isn't even real anyway.
Okay.
Like, you see your friend's post, that's only like a tenth of the story.
Well, why y'all be stalking it?
Yeah. No, ain't nobody. Grown adults ain't got time for the stalking.
We talk about self-care now. We're gonna
But I'm just saying, I think that, I mean, yeah, walk in the park, cooking together, maybe a movie, I don't know. Netflix and let's mess around. I don't know. Like, that kind of stuff is, I think, healthy. Right? I think even setting like a night during the week aside where it's just you two. Y'all can connect. Y'all can talk about your week, your day, or whatever. I don't know. That's how I would approach that.
Yeah.
For me, it's cooking. There's nothing like cooking together. This shit is so much fun. You can talk shit. You can sit up there. You got your heat up too high. You can don't burn my food. You can burn yours. All that. You can talk. And like you say, it gives you the opportunity to ask how the day is going. And just spend that quality time. So cooking together most definitely is one of the. Or having a cereal day. Such as, look, I'm still a breakfast kid. I don't give a damn. We sit up there and watch Netflix cartoons, old school cartoons. We can share different types of cereal and watch fucking TV. I'm cool with that.
It's real shit.
But most definitely, I feel like food brings people together.
Yeah, I mean, I think in my world, I love breakfast. So I'm a night shifter. I'm a night shifter, so breakfast is like dinner, right? So honestly, one of my prerequisites for going on dates with people was if they were willing to go to breakfast dates.
Okay.
That need to be a regular thing.
Yes.
Right? If they were willing to go to breakfast dates, to me that said that they were at least open-minded enough to know that a date doesn't have to be at night.
True.
Right?
True.
But for me, I think I love cooking breakfast, so being able to cook breakfast for someone else, like their favorite breakfast, whatever the case may be, to me that would be like a self-care thing for us.
Now, Terry, you know they put milk on syrup and cook breakfast.
No. I'm talking about omelets.
Okay,
I make myself an egg white omelet every morning.
I'm just checking.
No. I'm talking about real breakfast.
And
eggs,
not putting no toast in the toaster either. I don't count.
Pancakes, like what is your favorite breakfast? And while I'm cooking mine, yours can be cooking at the same time.
And have you ever had somebody turn down a breakfast date?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Weird as fuck.
I don't know. I don't really remember if I had or not. It's been so long since.
Do you ask guys on dates?
I have. In fact, it was very disappointing. So.
No, this shit is interesting.
It really is. I'm perked up in my seat now. Shit.
So before I moved to Fort Worth a year ago, I was working up there on contract in the ER on nursing contracts, and so I would stay with my uncle in Irving. He had a spare bedroom. Mija, hey, you can stay here, whatever. But sometimes there was this really cool spot, my bad, that we'd go to and we'd hang out, drink. They had good live bands and whatever. And I remember one night I saw this guy stood out, and I called him over. I put my drink up in there, and I was like, hey, how are you? Whatever. He came over, we started talking. Then we started talking and dating.
Right.
And that was our situation happened because I initiated it.
Okay.
But of course it didn't last very long. So, it is what it is.
But the initial hunt was instigated by you. You saw
I saw him and I was like, hey, like you weren't someone that I'd typically seen here.
Right.
So what's your story? Like, what's going on? What's the funny thing is that this was up in Bedford, Euless, Irving, mid-cities of DFW. He was actually from Waco. Had like
Ain't that some shit?
Listen, had the W tattoo on his arm. Yeah, had went to Escuela Vega. It was crazy. Like, I was like, he was like, hey, where you from? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And we're by the live band, so we're literally having to like talk into each other's ear.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm from Waco, and he was like, did you say Waco? I'm like, yeah, Waco. It's like an hour and a half south of here. And he was like, rolled up his sleeve, and I was like,
and that just did. You kind of everything.
No, I was actually annoyed. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even Like, I'm not there no more. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
I
will approach a guy, but it's very rare. There has to be a lot of things there that for me to be like, hey, how are you? You know. Right.
I do got a question just because I'm random. You know how I am. I don't give a fuck.
You don't throw it out there.
Why you gotta give a fuck though?
because females are the new niggas.
They are.
I gotta ask. You ever be out like with your homegirl? Y'all be at the bar or something. Y'all drinking. You see a dude come in there.
Mm-hmm.
You find him attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You ever just look at your homegirl and be like, "Girl, I would fuck the shit out of him."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just wonder if y'all talk like how we do.
I'm like, ooh, I sop him up with a biscuit. That's what I say. That's my little thing.
That's your thing.
I sop him up with a whole biscuit. Like, yeah.
Okay. Not a Popeyes
I want
chicken.
the gravy. I want like the whole plate. Like, yes, absolutely,
Okay.
regularly. But I feel like my friends are all mature and they're not about the bullshit, so we can talk, we can say that, and it's not taken out of context, or it's not like, ugh, girl, like, no, it's like, hey,
You don't feel like you'll be judged.
right, yeah. So absolutely, all the time I'm like, damn, I can't do nothing about that right now.
Yeah.
Too bad.
You could approach him just like you did old boy at the club.
There you go.
No, that was. I wish I had it though, because that ended up being it just was ridiculous the reason why things ended.
Okay. It wasn't
You know what?
sufficient enough for
Since this is coming up,
Okay.
let me ask you guys:
Oh, shoot.
would y'all have a problem if your girl made a significant amount of money more than you?
Fuck no.
Hell
I
no.
would be a stay-at-home. What?
You ain't lying.
No, you don't need to stay at home. You still work your job, and she make probably double what you do.
Fuck no.
If she making double, I'm fixing everything in that house. I'm raising the kids.
For real, what you need?
Be like, babe, you need me to breastfeed? I'll pull my shit.
Yeah, what-
Well, the reason the reason that ended was because he was just finished playing like Canadian football.
Okay.
He had just finished coming off of playing like 5 or 6 seasons in the CFL,
Okay.
and he was trying to get his teaching certificate because he was coaching at a charter school in the DFW area. He was actually coaching girls basketball, which I thought was fantastic. I was like, hey, like, you know, I know you ain't making shit, but that's a very like respectable occupation.
Hold on.
I was gonna try to let her make it.
No, I meant that in a positive way, meaning
No, you can't present that to no nigga and be like, bro, you ain't making shit.
I didn't say that to him.
Was he?
I was thinking that in my mind.
Was he trying to pay for meals in Canadian currency? I mean,
No. So basically he's trying to get his teaching certificate, so he's really not making anything. So when it came to hanging out, I was okay with like, hey, let's just kick it at your place. Like,
Okay.
let's just do that.
Right.
But he was just stuck on this thing about that we needed to go somewhere. And then I'd be like, okay, well, where would you like to go? And it would even be a conversation about, well, this place has specials tonight. Okay, let's go.
Right.
That's fine. And I think, and then it ended up being that he was working like a second and third job, and he was like ashamed about it. I'm like, but why? Like, that's you. If you know how to work hard, I can fuck with you,
No doubt.
right? Like, if you could grind, I can work with that.
No doubt.
But he just couldn't get over the not being able to go. I think he was stuck on a traditional date idea, but he couldn't let that go, and we never really it just got to the point to where he just
It can be
pulled away.
pride issue.
Yeah, yeah.
That can be a
Right.
huge factor.
Very huge.
And I found that a lot, like with men, that they just have this issue with if they encounter someone who's serious but they're not on their shit yet,
Right.
like that it just doesn't ever work.
Well, because for a lot of times, this may not be for all of them, but the vast majority of you, it's okay. I'm gonna break this shit down.
Okay,
Break it down for him.
please do.
The fact of the matter is, guys are so accustomed to meeting women to the point to where while he's grinding, that is not good enough. Why? Because they feel like that he's not there yet. So he feels like he has to do all these things. That extra pressure and stress is on him. So he probably felt ashamed. Why? Because a man can be going to school. Well, shit, my car is paid for. I'm not working at a big time job yet. I'm getting there, but a woman like, "Oh, you ain't got your shit together yet? You ain't there yet? What the fuck why am I gonna do this with you yet?" So it can bring up certain insecurities in some men. So, not saying that was right on his behalf, but
Right.
that is what a lot of guys experience. Why? Well, they used to the dope boy. Money coming, not gonna do it with the dope boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he ain't got to do shit. It's already there.
Mm-hmm.
And they get enamored. Some women, most of you out there, that's okay. Not all, but most. You
Definitely
already-
most.
Some women choose style over substance.
I think most people choose style over substance. Actually, we are a materialistic country.
Yes, women are.
We are.
I'm glad you said that. Go ahead,
Yep.
continue.
No,
Go ahead.
it's not
No,
women.
you got it. Go ahead.
It's not women. It's men too, right? Them rims and that Tahoe and that Suburban and that truck got to be hidden. I mean, it's not just women.
No,
And
no.
we got to have a snapback
Yeah.
on and the J's on and the don't.
We talking about relationship.
Time out.
Look,
Time out.
You said,
Time out.
You
Time
said
out.
women. I said
But guess
materialism.
what?
You said most women.
Most women, yeah. Because guess
Yeah.
what? You see us niggas holler at a female that's on Section 8.
But
She got a damn thing. She got food stamps. We look at the interview.
Okay, sure
but
you
time
do.
out though.
Sure you do.
Why she got to call my truck out though?
I didn't call you. What are you talking about?
The black Tahoe on the 24s out there. That's
know you had
mine.
that.
You see, I didn't
I didn't know you even
I didn't can't even get rims nowadays. How you know I just didn't like the
You are
rims?
Materialistic, Paul.
Yes, apparently I'm materialistic. I wanted rims on my car, so I'm
Yes.
materialistic. Okay.
Selfish, Paul.
Listen, I'm not gonna go down that one because I do have something to say about it, but I'm not because this is
Oh no!
No.
Oh no! This
Speak
is
on it.
this
No,
is
no,
a
no.
platform.
No,
Go ahead.
No,
You are
absolutely
in the
not.
land.
This is
Go
not.
ahead.
This is not a personal. I'm not gonna get personal here. This is
Okay.
not personal. We're
No,
talking
no.
in generalities.
Of course.
So I think overall as Americans we are conditioned to be materialistic.
Yep.
If you ain't on it, if you don't have money, if you don't wear the right clothes, if you don't got the right look, then you're not successful,
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
which is completely ridiculous, right? And that's what gets us caught up in dudes ain't shit and women are bitches. They're all hoes. These hoes ain't loyal. Like,
Oh, yeah. You got it right the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
When
yeah.
You said,
You said
niggas
it.
ain't shit.
I mean,
You said it.
Yeah.
And again, like I said before, for me that's a mindset. Like if you ain't about nothing, then you're not about nothing. In the story, whether you be male or female, like if you feel like someone has to cater to you, you already done lost. You done lost the game.
Right. Cause
Very
speaking
true.
of which, you know, a lot of women, someone will be like, oh, he can't handle it. Look, Heifer, you're not in the zoo.
There you go.
Right, now, I like a little, because I'm borderline, I'm sarcastic. I'm an asshole to some extent.
Mhm.
Right.
So guess what?
Banter is healthy.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree. That shit turns me on. I like that. We can
Yeah,
have
lying.
that. We can be a little bit.
I want somebody to be quick witted with me. I love that
Yes.
shit.
You know, even an argument. I will start an argument in a minute.
Uh-huh.
Because I want to argue.
Because
just
you
to-
petty, yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
She was waiting for that.
She was.
She had that shit in the tuck. She was like, "I'm gonna get him when he get this
I
shit."
am not.
Okay, but you'll start an argument.
I sure will.
Yeah, okay, that's
Uh-huh.
not petty.
It
Okay.
ain't. I'll
Yeah.
start an argument over some small ass
Why?
shit. Y'all,
But why?
This is y'all argument. This is how y'all start arguing. Oh, big head ass nigga. That's why your forehead back.
Mhm.
Y'all throw some shit out there that,
Yeah.
that have nigga. We be like, nah, fuck it. Then y'all apologize that we be in the shower. Damn, that bitch said my forehead too big. Y'all say shit.
But she'll say that shit in public though. You be checking out at the gas station.
For real.
Oh, little dick ass nigga.
Yeah. I'm
No,
like, y'all,
listen.
y'all say shit.
I'm telling you.
No.
But and that's one thing I hate though. That is one thing I hate. When they love you, your dick is this big. The more they hate you, the smaller your dick get,
For
boy.
real.
That was going
No,
to
listen.
They'd be like, you wasn't saying that last night when I was giving you the rug
But
burn.
listen,
Shit.
if your practice is to only be with big dick guys, then that won't be an argument.
Stop it.
Here she
Stop
go.
it. You ready for to sit up and tell that fallacy like that?
I am. I am.
Because guess what? It's all good. It's cute when y'all together.
Mm-hmm.
But You know, y'all talk to y'all hungers. Girl, did he be putting it down? Next subject.
No,
Ain't gonna talk about it.
no, not this one. They ain't never been. I've never had to dismiss that conversation. I've been but I'm very selective when it comes to that stuff. So, you know, but when we come to talk about, dang, I had a whole point. I forgot what it was.
It wasn't important.
I don't know what it was.
It wasn't important.
Oh, it was. It was important.
Yeah, clearly it wasn't because you'd remembered if it was.
Okay.
But yes, art arguments.
That shit is fun.
That's not okay. I'm not okay with that.
Yes,
I'm not okay.
Look, I like a small sample of crazy. That shit turns me on.
See, here's the thing. There ain't no such thing as a small sample of crazy.
It is.
It's either crazy or it's not.
A small. I don't like dip it. I could dip my toe, probably a whole leg. But damn it, when you sitting on the front of my damn hood, but I'm just at the damn store doing grocery shopping and I'm 2 minutes late. You're the line.
That's an actual experience you have.
Hell no. But
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to figure out who these women are you've been dating with all these hypothetical situations that didn't actually happen.
I'm just saying. I'll put you like this. If a bitch was sitting on my car while I'm at HEB and she looking, I would crank that some bitch up and drive smooth the fuck off, but on her damn hood. It would not even feel
Okay,
bad.
so I'm just saying that didn't actually happen to you. You just making up some shit.
I'm always making up some shit.
All right, there we go.
Y'all make up shit all the damn time.
Man,
That's what we can do.
For real.
I'm just saying.
Tell you, that's what we deal with most on this fucking hypotheticals
Well, then
and
y'all
shit.
need to stop dating these girls. They not women, they're girls.
I'm sorry. Maybe I need to go the fuck up.
Talk about
Well,
it.
I'm just saying, you talk about not dating potential. How about y'all stop dating crazy bitches?
Look, what do y'all always say? We're emotional creatures.
And now, who says that? Who says
In the group, backtrack.
We're
In the
emotional
group.
creatures?
Yes, backtrack. In the group. That is your species.
Yes.
Y'all.
That is what y'all say.
That's stupid.
No,
I'm sorry.
Look,
That's
that is the
stupid.
first. Y'all know how we are. We women. We just being our feelings. You don't just have to deal with it.
So wait,
No.
you never wait.
Because that's the only way you understand shit. So, yes.
Yeah, gotta talk to y'all like y'all crazy.
Well, my thing is if you can't say I like a little crazy because listen, if she crazy, she crazy.
Let me ask you a question. Do you like it to a certain extent when a man gets jealous?
No, absolutely not.
No,
I cannot date a jealous guy.
No. I said to a certain extent.
No, that's a hard no for me.
I don't think I'm buying that.
No.
I ain't never met a woman that don't like just a little bit of that. That turns them on.
You meet one for the first time because this is why I don't date Latin men because they're fucking they're.
I'm not saying going all the way crazy.
No,
I'm
saying
just saying
no.
a little bit of who is that?
Who is
No.
that
Who is
dude?
he?
Who?
Look, I'm talking about.
I'm done with her.
If you with your dude, somebody that you cut for,
Yeah.
and you talk to a male friend,
yes, and
you
he gets
say
jealous.
a little bit, not going
Just a
crazy.
little bit. If he's just like, who is that?
No, it's a no. If he gets a little jealous, and that means he don't know me, and that means he ain't been involved in our relationship because he should know better. That interaction is completely platonic.
Do you get jealous?
No, I ain't get jealous of shit.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Did you tag in?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Like if I'm with a guy and he's gonna entertain the interest or even do the whole I'm out.
What you mean? What do you consider entertaining?
Shit.
If y'all out grocery shopping and he see a friend and she's like, hey, how are you? Hey, how you doing?
They're friends. I'm not jealous of that. Like I'm secure in our relationship. I don't need to be jealous of that.
Okay.
I'm secure in me. I know what the fuck I got to offer, and if your dumb ass don't know that, then I don't need to be I don't need to be with you
At all.
at all. Washing my hands clean and walking away.
Done.
Because again, like I said, since I got divorced 4 years ago, the only thing that comes as close to serious relationship is the situationship that I am currently in.
Gotcha.
But other than that, once that shit gets, I see cues that are like, I'm out. No, I'm not putting up with bullshit. I won't. None. A zero tolerance. That's too bad. Then they should have done what they're supposed to do in their relationship. And I know. I mean, Because my thing is this: if you have boundaries and you operate your life on principles, principles are basically like a guideline. Okay. I mean, these are the guidelines, and you don't step outside of it.
So why y'all fuck up and do that?
Huh? I didn't hear what you said.
It's okay. They picked it up because
okay.
They got it.
All right. But I don't know. So like again, very selective about who I let have my time and my attention to.
I don't know. That's how it should be.
So say for instance, let's skip to say for instance from relationships to the big
marriage. Okay.
For you, what do you feel like a person has to bring to the table to make you even consider marriage again?
So I can say with 100% certainty right now that my table has a full banquet on it, and I don't need anything from another individual. Yep. So what I'm gonna need for you to do is bring your own table that scoots up to mine, and we put them together. So that means you have your own. That means that your banquet is full. That means that you're not absolutely needing anything from me, but that you're liking what you see and you want something from me or within us.
Gotcha.
And then you have kids, right?
Right. I do.
So how does that dynamic go for you? Because I have been involved with girls that have kids, and it's a couple of different situations, depending on how their maturity level, and because I've had some that right off the bat, I'm meeting kids day one.
Yeah, that's no.
And then I've had other situations where we're dating 6 months before, even in the same room with the kid. Like,
yeah. So on that note, let me talk to the ladies out there.
Lord. She's gonna drop some bad advice. That's all we're here to say. Go ahead. Jerry.
You
talk about it.
Don't need to be letting these men meet your kids unless you are in a very serious relationship with them, and they can actually do something not only for you but to benefit those kids. Stop bringing these men in and out of their lives trying to figure out who's daddy and who's not. Stop it. Not to mention, stop leaving your babies with these boyfriends or these live-in-home guys that then turn around and violate your kids, and you got your hands up in the air trying to figure out what happened. Nah, because you stupid. I'm just going to say it like that. So you got that case down in Houston where the girlfriend let her boyfriend take her 2-year-old daughter to go get food for 30 minutes. She comes back. She's crying. He starts beating her because she won't stop crying. Then she joins in to beat her too. Goes to undress her in the bathtub, finds her anus is gaped open, obviously from sexual trauma. The poor baby dies. They leave her in the floorboard, the backseat of the car for 3 days. Then they go dump her in the lake, tied to a rock, and then file a false missing persons report on her saying that they left her in a stroller next to it. Like, nah, fuck that shit. If you doing all of this, I can't take up for you. I won't do it. So I'm just saying, as far as women are concerned, I think that for the most part, those involved in our group aren't this dumb. But those who are out there, you stop letting these situationships or these non-serious relationships meet your kids. Like it's not okay.
Sometimes what plays a factor in that, and you're absolutely 100% right.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that plays a factor is loneliness.
This is true. But listen, if you are at that point to where you're so lonely that you're letting a random stranger meet your kids, then you really need to stop and basically face the person in the mirror. Right. And at that point, you don't even have any business being in a relationship because you can't even be alone with yourself. So why would someone else want to be with you?
Well, you get that. We get that.
I know. I'm telling them they can hear this from a female voice that you need to figure out a way to be alone with yourself, with your kids, and deal with that. But I cannot understand how a woman would allow her kids to be around all these different men because she's lonely. It's selfish.
Selfish? And the crazy thing about it is, one of the running things that is, sometimes it's not even little kids. And what I mean by that is that I've seen situations to where mothers are sometimes jealous of their daughters.
Yep.
Oh, that really steps over into a whole other
Right.
DSM
Right.
5 category.
That it happens, but you're absolutely right.
No,
Yeah.
You have people that will leave their kids with anybody, and sometimes they may look at it as just that reprieve. They look at it as
I need a break. And in that sense, I get it.
Mhm.
If you're a single mom, you always have your kids. No one's helping you with them. You get tired. You're exhausted. I understand that. But at the end of the day, you have to analyze the situation and say, yeah, I might be tired, but it's not worth putting my kids in a vulnerable situation.
No.
You know, and I think that we need to, if you want to be grown and whatever else you're doing, then you need to be grown in that way and just be like, I got to take the L on this.
Right.
Sometimes we just don't always get the benefit of a situation. And as an adult, if you can accept that, then you'll find that will carry over into a whole bunch of other areas in your life.
But since you were bringing up, issues from
Oh, here we go. What? Hold on. Wait. Let me answer Paul's question. I didn't actually answer it.
Go for it. I
don't even remember what my damn question
about
was.
my kids meeting or
Oh,
whatever. Yeah. So no, my kids have never met anyone that I've dated. And the reason why they haven't, one of the major reasons is because their dad is actually very much involved in their life. And and when I was on the dating app, like from the word jump, I'd be like, I have 3 kids, but you don't need to concern yourself with that because they have a father. Mm-hmm. And that's how I dealt with that.
Because that was going to be actually one of my next questions was discipline. As far as if you do were to get involved with another guy, mm-hmm. and the subject of discipline came up, would you be fine with him disciplining your kids? Or
oh no, I can whip my kids' asses easily.
Because I believe, like you said, how their dad is in their lives. That should be something that's between y'all two.
Right.
And
yeah.
If something was to come up where the kids maybe were with him, maybe they spent some time with him and they were acting out, that should be something he should communicate to you so that you and their dad can figure out how to handle it, and he shouldn't take it in his own hands.
Well,
because I know a lot of people will just do it themselves instead of bringing that to your attention.
Right, and I think that's where boundaries come in place.
No.
It's setting boundaries, actually having the discussion. Not only with your significant other, but with the kids themselves. That listen, mm-hmm. They're an adult. You got to listen. You don't get to talk back to them either. You have to respect their position as being older than you. Obviously, conversations about if they're doing stuff they're not supposed to do, that's a whole different situation. But I think boundaries are what you'd have to put in place in that situation. I haven't really ever even considered that because I've never gotten that far.
And I like that you mentioned talking to the kids too, because there's some kids that are old enough that if they know that their parent's significant other won't touch them or do anything to them, they'll push their buttons and do things because they know that they can't do anything to them.
We won't be having that. We will not be having that.
Damn.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Damn, what is it? Combs, little damn furball things that roll around.
No, we won't. As far as in my household, we will not be having.
You got them damn Damians. They head be spinning around and green shit coming out. Shit.
Because that's different. That's different from what back in the day when kids were raised. They felt like that. But then again, kids didn't necessarily press their buttons like they do nowadays. What I mean by that is 1950s, 60s, growing up. It was like, hey, this is your stepdad, but he's still your dad. He gonna look after you the way your own dad would. He was allowed to discipline this, that, and other. But at that same token, kids were different back then. Nowadays, if sometimes for the most part, not all, like you say, you would have that discussion with your children.
Right.
Children are smart. A lot of mothers, a lot of parents wouldn't have that discussion. So, guess what? You can't touch me. If you hit me, I'm telling my mom. And that is how they're going to do it. And guess what? They know that's going to lead to certain type of feedback and things of that nature. Right. So, going back to the...
You said episode 1. Okay, here we go. Episode 1.
Now, you say you on her... talking about the ladies, how you ain't got no problem with, we all fall short.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we don't have a hard time. Do ladies have a hard time? Because it's possible.
Boy, and we have to keep going over this shit too.
Yeah,
we have had to touch on this every single episode too.
We have a hard time admitting.
And again, we have to preface that by saying some women,
Okay,
not all,
yes.
some women do have a hard time admitting that. That's why that cycle keeps coming up. All niggas ain't shit because of a lack of accountability. Looking in the mirror and say, where did I go wrong in this situation? So
my point to that is that for the most part, a lot of times the women aren't wrong. But whenever they are, they're so kind of jarred by it that they're like, fuck, like, if they're mature, this is true. I mean, because I can attest to it.
We savvy.
Yeah.
If they'd be like, okay, like, all right, I fucked up, but because they're not used to being in that position. So it's easier to be like, nah.
You've been motherfucking perfect your whole damn life to the point where you ain't never been in a position where you fucked up. Not you.
In a relationship? Oh,
No,
are you talking about? Oh, because if you're asking me, the answer is no.
No, I'm just saying in general. You say a woman has not been in that position where they feel like they fucked up and had to admit, damn, I fucked up.
Not because traditionally women are in relationships go along with however the relationship's going. Like you talk about not dating potential, right?
Potential to get you fired.
Right, but a lot of women will put up with stuff right there, staying there and staying there and staying there and staying there, and they're trying to work with what they got. So a lot of times they're not really ever wrong unless they really step out the line and fuck up, and then they're like, it's a new feeling to them. Like they're like, damn, like I don't even know what to do. Like they don't even know how to handle that. Like I just don't feel good.
I know what they do. Yeah. They bring that fucking apple to us and let us go down with them.
Oh, okay, because she forced it into your mouth, right?
Force
your teeth to chew down on it and swallow.
Trust.
Now, see, this is what
there shouldn't be a level of trust in a relationship.
God created another woman for Adam if he had told her no.
For what? If we feel like, you know what, you're the only one, you are literally the apple of my eye.
Well, because that's stupid. Why would you blindly just believe?
Trust. Haven't you been in a relationship with a nigga told you some shit and you be like, you know what? I believe him. That's where we felt at. We was like, you know what?
Now when it comes to like a directive, the directive was, you can have everything in this garden except for what?
So why the fuck y'all gonna pick that out of everything?
Well, because you see what y'all are missing.
Because they want everything.
No.
What did I say? Women are the only ones that can get away with that answer. When you ask them what they want, they're the only ones that can get away with saying, I want everything.
See, what y'all are failing
she wanted everything.
What y'all are failing to take into account in this story is the insertion of the original liar. So, for instance, like, if you had never considered a situation before, but then someone comes up and says, hey, Starling, hey, you see that girl over there?
She cute.
She cute. You see her?
Yeah.
She told me she wants you to go to talk to her. She wants your number.
Okay.
But before that, you may have felt like she was too pretty or out of your league to approach. But now you got this person in your ear saying that it's a possibility. So now what happens? You start thinking about it. You start thinking about it. You start dwelling on this thought. You thinking about it. Your wheels turning. Your wheels turning. Your wheels turning. They come back a few drinks later, like, stop. Hey, why didn't you want to talk to her? She said again, like, she waiting for you to go over there. What's wrong?
Right.
Again, your wheels turning. Your wheels are turning. Your wheels are turning. Both Adam and Eve got the directive to not eat from that tree.
Listen, that's what make it worse. That man,
Adam was in that garden by himself for a very long time before.
Didn't fuck with it.
Right.
Yes.
So why was he stupid enough to let this bitch get him to eat that fruit?
Fellas, y'all heard this, right? That means we stupid enough for trusting women. You heard it here live and in
I mean, it cost you your life.
It costed you motherfuckers a hard pregnancy.
No, that was Eve's bitch ass fault.
And guess what? She passed on the savings down to you. That is how that works. Put, like you say, she fine, she beautiful, this, that, and that. But in the back of my head, I still heard my homie, God, telling me.
Well, apparently Adam did it. So y'all need to take initiative with him.
Let me ask you a question. Did she come up to him and say, this is the apple from that tree?
Actually, if you study, it's actually not an apple. It's actually never
it could have been a damn cloud.
But no, she offers it to him. Adam knows the directive. He's known it long. No. He's known it far longer than Eve ever has.
She's dodging the question. She's dodging the question.
He know that it came from that tree.
I don't know.
Exactly. He didn't
There we
know
go.
either. He didn't. It sounds to me like this is what it is.
That he was misled.
She was in misery. She knew, damn, I'll be out there in a damn west.
She didn't know, but they didn't know that though.
After she took a bite out of it, she had all awareness. After she had.
So if you read the scripture, they actually ate it together.
She got it. She ate it,
and then he ate it.
She passed.
They
it
were
on to
together
him.
when they ate it.
She could have easily.
It wasn't like,
they wasn't together when that snake was talking to her though.
No, but
that
that's
snake
what I'm saying
preyed on
is
her.
You're missing the point of a seed being laid, a seed of doubt. There was this question in her mind that was created that said, God is withholding something from you.
So my question is this: why she didn't eat and just toss it? She took a bite out. Why didn't she just?
Because she's a trifling bitch.
That's what I'm saying. We're not disputing any of that.
But my point is,
We're disputing that
y'all-
Adam having no willpower because she brought him an apple
He does.
and he didn't know that it was from
He did.
that, or we don't know
But
that he
did
knew
know.
that.
You know what? Actually, let's pull that up.
See what happened, fellas, when you trust.
I'm saying.
No, I'm saying you're not letting Adam have accountability. He did not have to eat it. He did
He
not
didn't have to
He
eat it.
trusted
Okay,
her.
so that's on him.
I admit it. He didn't have to eat
He
it.
did, but
Okay.
he trusted her.
No.
Yes.
Again, what he didn't trust in was God.
No.
No,
If
no.
he would've
I'm
known
done.
that- If he would have known that it came from that deal tree,
He knew it came from that tree,
Show
from
the
the
scripture.
from the tree of the
Let me-
knowledge of good and bad.
Show me.
Okay, well let's see. I just said
Sure.
let's look it up. While I'm looking this up, y'all can talk about something else.
All right. What we got? What we got? Dez Bryant tore his Achilles on the last fucking play of
That shit
practice.
is so fucking hilarious to me.
how the fuck is
I'm
that
so
hilarious?
over. I'm so done with Dez. He
No.
that boy
Man,
caught a pass thrown to him, and
no.
I don't know how long. Butterfinger
No.
Central, Butterfinger. He got grease, olive oil all over those.
I'm gonna let y'all have this.
You need better coaching to get that man open so he. If
How about he run his routes correctly?
Because he ain't no good route runner.
Hey, thank you. So
He
how
catch the
can
ball,
we-
but he's not a
so
good
how
route
can-
runner.
No, he don't catch the ball. That ball.
Bullshit.com.
that ball-
Dez
listen,
caught it.
Listen, if the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it. In the
Yes,
store, you get paid
but
too much
this
money
is
to
my
not
thing,
catch
though.
the ball.
When defensive players can call out your routes better than you can, if you look at Julio Jones, you look at all the Tyreek Hill, when they catch the ball, they have a gap between the defender between 2 and 3 yards. Those defenders know our plays better than our offense do. So guess what? When he's throwing that ball, the defender already knows where his landmark is.
Listen,
Where his-
Dez gets paid too much money to not run them routes correctly.
I'm hard on Dez as much as anybody. But when the defense is calling out your play signals, fam, you ain't even giving your offense a fighting chance.
No, we're not. Okay, so hold on. Are we talking about Dez himself, or are we talking about offensive
It
coordinator?
works both in the same.
No, they're not. No,
They are.
because listen,
They are.
you've got wide receivers in the league that catch balls that make their quarterbacks look good, and their quarterbacks are garbage.
But guess what? They catch that ball because they are open. When they are 2 to 3
Dez
yards open,
hasn't caught balls in a few seasons.
I'll put it to you like
He
this.
has not fulfilled. As soon as he got the big contract, he went downhill.
Nah,
Yes.
look, I guarantee you, if
Look
he
it
would have
up.
stayed with the Saints, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he would have smashed us.
Man,
He would have smashed Dallas.
I don't
it's
know.
hard. I know people
I don't
don't
know.
wanna hear
And
it.
I mean,
But guess what?
I really don't know, and I really don't care.
I care
I
because
know.
our coaching staff is trash. Pure
You
garbage.
talking about the Cowboys? Are we talking about Dez? Or are we talking about the coach? What are we talking about? You keep going back and
They
forth.
go hand in hand.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Look.
Dez isn't with the team this season anymore.
I know that.
Okay,
And guess what? So let me guess. Dez is not with the team right now. You're right. But at the same time, are our wide receivers getting open? Are they catching balls?
The
No.
wide receivers are open. The ball's not coming to them.
Listen, they are getting there, but when you run it, it's a 8-yard 3rd and 8, and you running a 3 to 4 yard route. It's set up for failure.
No, listen. The wide receivers and even Beasley came out and even spoke against that. They're getting open. That ball's not coming to him.
He's the only one that can get open. Beasley is the rest out of the
Again,
rest
so
of the
I'm
four
asking:
Cooper.
are we talking about coaching here? Are we talking about offensive coordinator? Like we talking about Leonard in here? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's all garbage.
Yeah. So if he's garbage, when you look at other wide receivers in the league, Julio, Hawk.
I don't think that excuses you not being able to catch a ball when it's thrown to you.
I'll put it to you like this: he done caught more balls than he done dropped. So
that is not. Pull that stat up.
I'll put it to you like this:
pull that stat up.
No,
I'm gonna pull this Bible verse up. I want you to pull that stat up.
Do that.
Pull that stat up.
I'll be more than happy to
pull that stat up because that's not accurate.
But they sit up there talking about how Dez lost a step. He can't catch a damn ball. What do we have to do this year? We have to trade a #1 draft pick to go get Amari Cooper because we did not have a definitive one. That is what happened.
Yeah, and we didn't have a definitive one when Dez was there either because he didn't catch
Guess
balls.
Guess what? They had to respect him. They still had to put a safety over the top in order for him to respect his ability.
I don't know. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I
don't care enough.
I don't care.
I just wanted to get some jokes off. I didn't care enough.
I don't care enough to debate.
It's basketball season now for me.
Look.
The only thing I care about is if I win my weekly picks at my job. That's all I care about. I win like $175. That's all I care about. I just gotta get the picks right.
You do that.
And so
just make sure you buy Dez jersey.
Yeah. Hell nah. He's a pompous asshole. No.
He is not.
Yes,
Where
he
did
is.
this from?
From his own mouth. From his own mouth.
What did he say that makes him a pompous asshole?
He don't catch balls.
That ain't making him a pompous asshole.
Yes, it does. Whenever he claims to be the best wide receiver in the league, blah, blah, blah,
every
blah, blah.
wide receiver says that.
No, well, there are some wide receivers that could say that. They actually have the stats to back that claim up, though.
Every wide receiver says that.
We're only talking about one right now. I'm not talking about all of them. We're talking about Dez here.
I know.
Okay. And I don't know my password, so I can't download it.
God is in our favor.
It's basketball season. I don't care enough about this.
Fix it, Jesus.
Only he can.
Yes, he can.
Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this.
He got everything to do with this.
No.
What else I got?
Nothing at all. Let's talk about women lying and men lying.
Yeah, y'all good at it. One more. That was next topic. Let's go ahead, y'all.
You said that women are the bigger liars because they have fake hair, fake nails, fake lashes. Yeah. But without those things,
she really did her homework.
Guys,
she was in here studying like a motherfucker.
You guys wouldn't pay attention to them.
Just who? Yes, we would.
So if you was out at a club or whatever it was, and this girl was in her sweats, and a bun in her hair, man, what bull? I call bullshit.
I put money on
bullshit button.
I put money on it.
Because guess what?
I put money on it.
We finna really see if you did your homework.
Okay.
Because what did we say? We look at that potential. We look. Okay, she in her sweats. She got her hair on a bun. We thinking, damn, she just got off work. She must got a good job. Yes, she's out here. She know how to relax. I can only imagine if she got her nails done, if she did this, if she did that. You know what? I could rock with that. Even if she didn't, I can imagine if she put on a little lipstick and she's still herself.
Okay.
Typically don't work the other way around.
I'm glad you said that. You said that women should not date a man's potential.
Mm-hmm.
So so now we've got two contradictory statements.
Okay. How so?
So if you guys claim that when a woman looks at a man and deems him a 5, right?
Right.
He gonna always be a 5. Y'all don't look at anything else. Y'all just look at his tore up pants or his boots or blah 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 whatever. Right. Y'all don't know. He could have just got off of work and he could have just right? But you said don't date a man's potential.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't talking about his looks.
Okay, so
I'm not talking about him physically.
I know what you.
I'm talking about his potential from the standpoint of what career-wise, job-wise, all of that stuff. His mental state. I'm not talking about his looks.
Okay, so
I'm saying when we're talking about a woman's potential, we're talking about physically.
I don't believe that shit for 2 seconds. I don't believe
this
it.
This is a real life situation.
Listen, if that was the case, then there would be more. Women wouldn't feel like they need to have sew-ins done. They wouldn't feel like they need to go get their lace fronts. They wouldn't feel like they need to. And listen, what y'all are missing is that the society places that pressure on them to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys do not have to deal with that.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
get to wake up and look like that. You get to wake up and look like that and walk around all day long.
So because
without being judged on it.
That is
So because the general consensus of men prefer a woman to get all dolled up and all this shit, it's impossible for us to look at a chick that ain't all done
I'm not
up.
saying, but we're talking in generalities here.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying, and then also when it comes to a woman in the workforce, especially a management position, they can't look busted.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you do it for us, or do you do it to sow confidence into yourself?
It might not even be about the confidence. What you're missing is that society places these things upon us. For instance, when I started my new job in July, I knew that I had to go to work looking okay. I had to, because that's what is expected of women in the workplace.
Okay.
You don't get to come to work looking busted, because if you do, the question is, are you tired? And then if you have kids, it's like, well, are the kids giving you a hard time? Do you need help with something? It can't be that you just decided you didn't want to wear makeup that day. It can't be that you just didn't decide that you didn't want to do your hair that day. Something's got to be wrong if you don't show up looking put together.
Same way with us. What I mean by that is,
what do you mean by us? What do you?
Same way when we were talking about sizzle versus substance. For the simple fact of the matter is, if a man step out and he look busted in his jacked up Nikes, oh, he ain't got no job. Oh, he can't fend for himself.
No, but see, again, that's not all women, though.
It ain't all men.
Thank
And
you.
I'm not saying
That's
that.
our point.
But what I'm saying is, you guys have been harping on the issue of all women.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's all y'all talking
I'm not
about.
letting you get away with
Four
that.
episodes.
I'm not letting you get away with that.
4 episodes worth.
I'm not letting you get away with
of
that.
Girls not seeing.
I'm not letting you get away with
looking
that.
at a guy.
I'm
and
not
if
letting
he's
you
a
get away
five,
with
he's
that.
just getting five.
I'm not letting you get away with that.
It's like, all niggas cheat. All niggas ain't
That's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. We know y'all aren't saying every nigga ain't shit.
Right. But
So if y'all aren't grown enough to understand that we're not talking about every woman, that's on y'all. That ain't on us.
But what I'm saying is, you guys can sit here and say those things, but you guys don't have to live in that world.
look, of course not. Look, we totally understand and respect the world that a woman lives in. But at the same time, it cannot be a double standard. What I mean by that is the fact that we understand that all women, we understand the pressure that is placed on women. Just like, say, for instance, we understand that y'all are judged and critiqued by your looks more often than men in certain situations, certain environments. But at the same time, it still is the same situation where a man has to look a certain way when a relationship approaching a woman, not in a workplace, not any day. We're talking about in a dating format. He has to have a certain appearance for a woman to even consider him as a potential mate, friend, boyfriend, companionship, so on and so
And the
forth.
same thing applies the other way around.
But we give more leeway in that
Thank
regard than women.
I disagree.
No!
I
How?
disagree.
No,
Why? Okay, why?
I disagree.
So you trying to tell me that more women would be more than willing to date a guy that look like a damn crackhead with some busted up and down?
No.
XJ
No. You didn't
900s?
say the woman looked like a crackhead. You didn't
I'm
say that.
just saying.
No.
Okay, let's just say
Okay.
she looked like she is plain Jane.
Right.
A man will sit up there and be like, you know what?
And so would a woman.
We're not arguing that. We're arguing the
He's
percentage.
arguing that.
No, we're arguing the percentage. Do you think more women will accept a man that looks like that, or more men will accept the women that looks like that? That's what we're arguing.
I disagree with you guys, because I think that they would.
So you think more women
I'll
will?
put you like this, for the simple fact of accessibility. And what I mean by that is, if a woman, if she got a damn peg leg, a wooden tooth in her damn head, and she got a damn wig on looking like George Washington, and she put her damn hand up and say, I want to smash, at least 6 out of 10 men is going to say, you know what? I'm down with that.
Yeah, because they desperate and they only tell you what they do.
But guess what?
We don't have a dick.
It's still gonna happen.
Okay.
They will still put that out the way. But if a man is like a damn busted up Cheeto that's stale, that's been in the back of a damn backpack all his damn life for a week over the whole semester, and say, I want to get my rocks off, you're gonna hear crickets and probably 2 women that's
Right,
desperate.
because that just shows that women have discernibility.
So we don't either?
No, apparently not. If you're willing to fuck a woman with a peg leg and a wooden tooth.
But what I'm saying is that y'all can get it easy, which means it gives y'all the opportunity.
No, the only reason why
Y'all
we
be
can get
more
it easy is
selective.
because we have a pussy.
No, but y'all
That's
can be,
it.
I'll be
We got
sick.
that between our legs.
But guess what? It makes it to the point where y'all can be more picky about who y'all decide to
Yeah, but
have.
that's not our fault.
But you
It's
still
not
do
art.
it.
No,
But
you still do it,
no.
though.
You still
But
do
how
it.
is how is that? How do you then put all the onus on the woman? Why not say men stop being so willing to take shit?
Just like y'all put all the onus on us.
In what way?
In failed relationships, all niggas ain't shit. Is that not putting all the onus on us when shit goes wrong?
All the guys I've been with ain't shit. I'm not with them.
So you didn't have any fault in that.
Preach.
No.
None whatsoever.
No.
Even though you took the time to get to know these dudes and you saw they wasn't shit.
I didn't ever see them. I didn't know they weren't
I'm
shit
done.
until we saw
I'm
till
done.
I saw them.
I'm done.
For instance,
I'm done. I'm done. Man.
See, because
this is the accountability thing I talk about.
No.
This is what I'm talking about.
Because you're assuming that I've had multiple.
I'm not assuming anything.
You're assuming that I've had all these multiple relationships.
I'm not
and I have
assuming
not.
anything.
Okay.
I'm not assuming anything.
Let's break it down. Then.
Well, let's break it
down. So you get married young,
Okay.
right? You don't know no better. You get married young. Tell me about it, right? You both working at your marriage.
Right.
Okay. And obviously, as you're growing, you both mature at different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when the man who had been working just stops working? Stops wanting to bring the bacon home.
Okay.
And then
I'm following you.
Okay. And then the woman says, well, damn, like, I don't know what's going on, but I got to pick up the slack. I'm going to support you. Let's figure out what's going on. They go in there, do their thing, and this happens a lot. Women go work, they start paying the bills, they do everything is switched. The whole dynamic is switched. So are you telling me that she shouldn't have done that on behalf of him? And she should just bail whenever he comes into a hard time in his life?
You just changed the whole narrative. You said a hard time. You said he was going through a hard time.
No, I'm saying,
not that he ended up becoming shit.
No, because
you just changed the whole narrative.
No,
That's
I
a whole
didn't.
different conversation.
No, I didn't.
Is that not a whole nother
No,
conversation?
it's not. Because listen, this is why.
Is that not a whole nother conversation?
It's not a whole different
Thank
conversation.
You. How's it not?
Let me finish. Because when you're in that relationship, you don't know that he's gonna become shit. You just know that at this juncture in the relationship, it's a hard time. That's all you know. Right?
Well, that's the difference. You sticking in there when it's a hard time versus you sticking in there when he ain't shit.
Okay,
that's a completely different conversation.
But what I'm saying is women will try to hang in a relationship and try to see the good in you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you faulting them for that?
I'm not faulting them for that. Again, you changed the whole conversation.
I'm not, because but you're saying
you said that he was going. Okay, he's going through a hard time.
But again,
and then he ends up getting back on his feet.
But
then
we don't know
good.
that though. We don't know that at the initial start of this hard time. We don't know that that's going to happen. We don't know that yet.
We're talking in circles here.
Advice time.
Go ahead.
What advice do you have? I know I can see this. I can see you're passionate about it, and I'm here for all of it.
Actually, my advice applies to both men and women. If you stop acting like your asshole-ish ways are okay for someone else to put up with, like if you aren't trying to be in a serious relationship with someone and you know that you got things you got to work on, go work on that shit and then come back to the table. Otherwise, I don't know where this idea came from that you just get to be, as people like to say, that's just who I am. Nah, you an asshole. If you know that that's who you are, then you need to stop and you need to address that stuff and then come back to the table, because you, my friend, are part of the problem. You fucking it up for all the good guys and the good girls out in the world. And frankly, we're all tired of putting up with that bullshit.
I did have a question. You said you got a table, right?
What?
You said you got a table.
Yes.
And you say he need to bring something to the table.
No, he needs to bring his own table.
So who paying for gratuity? Y'all going out, you bring tables together.
We don't need to pay for gratuity. Everything on the table is ours. Who are we needing to pay the gratuity to?
Y'all ain't going out to eat.
Oh,
That's
shit.
all the time people move tables together and shit for the most part. We go out to eat. They look for that 15%.
No. You're talking about. I'm talking about self-awareness, accountability, financial means. Like, you better scoot all that shit up to this table. Because if you can't scoot your table up to mine, you can stay the fuck away.
Savvy, I'm just teasing. For me, my piece of advice is that if you are in a relationship, I go back to what we was talking about before, self-care. I feel like that is very important. I feel like that you bond with each other on a whole level. You feel like that you can understand spending time with the girls. I understand spending time with the fellas if you guys decide to go out, do your own thing, come back together later. But if you can find a way to find that one thing that you both enjoy to where you can experience to each other, to where you both wind down. And like I said, I'm a huge proponent for food, things of that nature. If you cook, I don't have a problem washing dishes or taking out the trash. I don't mind spending time with you as you cook, and vice versa. I feel like those are certain things that bring you together. It doesn't feel like it's a chore. Sometimes when you get off of work, you don't feel like cooking, so on and so forth, but when you have that person in the kitchen with you, talking with you, spending time with you, I feel like that can be a bonding experience. So I would suggest to people out there, listeners out there, find a self-care mechanism to the point to where you can spend time with your significant other and it doesn't feel like a chore. That's what it is.
100.
It's only 'cause I'm a Jew.
She fucking hit me up and told me to edit your shit that you need to be all talking to the mic more too. She was like, "Tell Star he need to get all up in the mic."
I'm not finna get this motherfucker like Busta Rhymes. Right. I'm not finna do it. No.
Oh shit.
What about you?
Oh man. I guess I'm gonna kind of piggyback on your point earlier when you were talking about loneliness and that deal. Don't disregard and ignore your own worth just because you're desperate to be in a relationship.
Amen.
You got to learn to, like you said, you can't fully love somebody else, and you can't expect them to love you if you can't love yourself and be alone. I said, I love my alone time. I love being fucking alone. Leave me the hell alone. Shoot. Like, some people just, they put up with so much stuff just to be able to say they got somebody to come home to. I don't ever want to have to question, if you actually want to be with me or not, or if you're just out of me because of convenience. So that would be my piece of advice. Love yourself first. Learn how to be alone. Date yourself. Yeah. Shit. Okay. I would take myself out. I will buy myself a birthday present. I'll stand on the outside of the door, knock, open the door, and say, "Here, happy birthday," and I'll come back on the other side and say, "Thank you. You shouldn't have." But yeah, that's my advice. Shit, just know your worth, and then I'll leave it on that. Also, prayers and condolences to Thousand Oaks. That shit was rough. I think there was one victim that he had actually survived the Vegas shooting and didn't survive this.
Yeah, there are actually multiple people there that have survived the Vegas shooting.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. And now they're again preaching for more gun control. I don't know where else to take that shit. And this shit's just happening too much, man. It's way too much. I mean, I'm still thinking about the damn church shooting, and then this happens. It just keeps on happening, and you can't get over one thing, and another tragedy happens. It's ridiculous. Over and over again.
Faith without works is dead. So you send up your thoughts and prayers, or you want to, but if you're not putting the action behind it, that shit don't happen.
Yeah, I think that conversation has so many moving components in it. It's so hard to really grasp the nature of it, because you've also got human nature, and you can't control people. So yeah, piggybacking on you, is shout out to Andrew Gillum down in Florida. They're going into a recount, so I'm hoping he takes that. So yeah,
all for it.
Yeah.
Also fire that punk ass coach in Florida too. Get his ass the fuck out of here. They still ain't got him out of there yet. The Christian Association did drop that school from, so I don't know what the fuck that's gonna do, but there has been like 3 or 4 players that have dropped the team. So the more awareness we bring to it, the more pressure they're gonna put on them. So
yeah, I don't know, man. You know, again, there's too many other things going on that shift people's focus.
True.
And that's a whole other conversation.
Oh, and we ain't got
the
enough time for that.
Switch. You got the bait and switch going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. People, open your eyes, do a little research, get some answers for yourself.
There you go. There you go. Don't trust everything that you hear. Question everything.
Stop copying and pasting these bullshit ass memes on Facebook. You know they bullshit before you post them. Stop it.
But they want to be the first.
I mean like the far left and right extremist shit.
Yeah.
Y'all know that it looks wrong. Just
right, but it validates their thoughts, so they will be willing to take that regardless of how cookie cutter, how wrong.
This is true.
So that's the value.
Yeah. But for all those who would like to be balanced, stop doing that shit.
Right. There you go.
Alrighty, episode 9 is a wrap. As always, it's your boy P Mac.
And it's your boy the Rockin' Ball Holiday He-Man. And of course, we have our special guest.
They got two. One half of the Terra duo.
There you go.
That's okay. We'll take it.
I bet you
we don't mind terrorizing.
Terror.
We don't mind terrorizing.
Told you.
The Geminis are okay with that.
You know,
there you go.
All right.
Told you. Miss Wilson if you're nasty.
Yes, it was an honor. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me tonight.
All right. As always, shout out to the YouTube viewership as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we really appreciate all of our listeners. We are coming up on episode 10. We got a milestone coming up next week. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us. We're going to keep bringing this to y'all every week as long as y'all have us.
Hey, by all means. So, like I said, have a good night. Do your best shit. Peace.
Peace out.
Mm-hmm.